One compliment, I read probably the highest compliment you can pay any cowboy on his riding ability is to look at that man and say, that man can ride anything that wears hair. Pretty high compliment when you think about it. Well, I looked for that man for many years. I went to rodeos, I went to ranch rodeos, I went to bronc ridings on old-time ranches looking for that man. I watched poke breakers in action, bull riders. I looked for that man. I never did find him until one day. There he was, right in front of me. I knew it was coming. I was shaving at the time. I was toting my pack along the highway to Eltontown when along came a biker. And I raised his thumb to flag him down. He was mounted on a Harley Hog with a sidecar on the rig. So I tossed my tack into his rig. We started down on the trail. He asked me if I'd ever rode a custom super glide. And I said, listen, Bart, I've ridden everything a man can ride. I rode everything, man. I rode everything, man. With hook and horn and wing, man. I made rivals ring, man. I hanging hook and king, man. I rode everything. Rode Rainbow High, no Broncos, Body Music, I go Buffalo, Rhino, Apples, Shooting Star, Soul, my man, War, I get car, race car, race car, elevator, freight train, hurricane, airplane, with a bear, parachute, any route, anywhere, around the terror. Never met my match man. I never met my match man. I rode the banner snatch man, and never pulled a latch man. Saturate up and scratch man, whatever I could catch. Bobcat, Wildcat, Wildcat, Hot Dragon, Democrat, Muskrat, Cold Cancer, Strong Rainbow, one of them, Kangaroo, Road, Cock, Two, Kangaroo, Pop, Toast, Post, Stick, one trick, Maverick, Road, Goose, No Ski, Bumpy, Stickity. I'm a dude, never had a care, man. I never had a care, man. Rode anything with hair, man, or even if it's fair, man. Right, I've done my share, man. Always took the dare. Done some surfboard, skateboard, right back on, right there, tell you what, bang, there, back on, back down, like earthquake, roll off, run, off, fist, off, left, snake, thunderbolt, zero, bolt, one, hang, like, duck, 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 what am I? I'm a woolly wonder, a wild woolly wonder, a horrible thunder, and fan it up and thunder. I'll tear the skies asunder and do it just for fun. Mount Google, Captain, Ring, Mustang, King, what is it? Red Dog, Lake, what petty, unicorn, submarine, sardine, Wolverine, Longhorn, Polka, first, like steel, meteor, those are hard, tiger, plenty more. I rode everything. Well, that biker looked at me. He just had a little bit of shell shock in his eyes. He said, son, that's the dangest thing I ever heard. You know, I'm going to take it your word. If you tell me you rode everything, then I'm going to believe you. But what I'd like to know, son, since I've occurred to you, is where have you been doing all this riding of yours? And, of course, I was in there for the back at the time. I looked at him and I said, sir, I'm trying to tell you that I'm son of a Lone Star State. I'm from Texas. And I've been Waco, Idaho, Honda, Minnesota, Winsboro, Echo, Hill, Road, Austin, Houston, Galveston, Texas, Frisco, Buffalo, Conroe, Forest, Canada, Waco, Big Meadows, Red, Post, Nevada, Lone, no joke. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the desert, fair, man. Breathe mountain air, man. Travel, had my share, man. I've been everywhere. And Crooked Little Land, One Bell, Rockville, Luckville, Eagle, Over, Perry, Big Mill, Creek, Mini, Old Maple, One Inch, Telephone, Tuscaloosa, This One, Round Rock, Top, Round Lake, Sour Lake, South Lake, Spring Lake, Big Snake. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Rode those tigers there, man. Lots of wear and tear, man. Travel, had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Then Greenville, States, Spaghetti, Alameda, Kerrville, Kellyville, Pascock, Bellevue, Somerville, Smithville, Stevensville, Prairie, Plainview, Fairview, Longview, Outlook, Justin, Junction, Japan, Pasadena, Henley, see what I'm doing? I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Cross the deserts bare, man. Breathe mountain air, man. Travel, had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been to Dallas, 5 minutes, New Deal, New Rockport, Rock Creek, Freeport, Brown, Lee, Burke, Mansion, Country, Chicago, Bay, Bayside, Baytown, Bay City, Falls, Rich City, what Bay? I've been everywhere in Texas. Well. Never had that kind of deer in the headlights looking back. But I found out in my lifetime that some people don't know when to quit. He looked at me and said, son, well, that's impressive. And like most Texans, you do like to brag. Also, like most Texans, you seem to think that the world begins and ends with the Red River and the Rio Grande. I said, well, yeah, pretty much does. He said, well, son, I'm overdue, and I'm here to tell you, there's a lot more of the world to see. I recommend that you get out there and do that before you get too old. And I said, it's funny you should mention that, sir, because I took a trip a couple of years ago. He said, did you now? Where did you go? Oh, well, let's see. If I recall, oh yeah. I've been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winston, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Tampa, Panama, Manama, Bangor, Baltimore, San Antonio, Maryland, Huntsville, Vanderbilt, Asheville, North Carolina, Boston, Charleston, Dayton, Louisiana, Washington, Houston, Kingston, Texas, Monterey, Fairbanks, Santa Fe, California, Glen Rock, Black Rock, Little Rock, Austin, Tennessee, Chickpea, Spear Lake, Grand Lake, Devil Lake, Red Lake, Peach Lake, Louisville, National, Austin, Long Beach, Sheffield, Jacksonville, Waterville, Costco, Pittsfield, Springfield, Mayfield, Shreveport, Hackensack, Cadillac, Long Lake, Bedford, Idaho, Jump, DRG, Pasadena, County, Sequoia, Beekman, Pittsburgh, Hartford, Rapport, Colorado, Elmhurst, Rexburg, Pittsburgh, Illinois, Livermore, Hampshire, Chattanooga, Chaska, Nebraska, Alaska, Old Fairview, Waterloo, Kalamazoo, Kansas City, Sioux City, Cedar City, Dodge City, Waukee. I've been everywhere.